Do you know what went wrong with the lockdowns? It's that they weren't strict enough. They should have forced us to stay at home much longer because that's what the world needed. Now, this is not me talking, by the way. This is the UK's former Health Secretary Matt Hancock trying to save face as WhatsApp messages have been leaked that show that they knew that the lockdowns were going to have a negative effect on people. Now, does this mean that the next health crisis will be more strict? Tell me what you guys think. Drop me a quick comment down below, yes or no. Now, one thing that I knew happened during this time was people were either getting amazingly fit by working out at home or severely unhealthy as they just chose to eat and sleep. Writer Doug Casey says that more Americans are now becoming sick, poor, and stupid. Do you guys agree with him? Now, when we talk about our finances and our journey to financial freedom, sometimes, like one very important aspect of becoming rich becomes an afterthought, even though it should be the first thing on our mind. So what's the real key to reaching your goals? Well, we're going to talk about that later in this video. And electric vehicles still have not completely removed gas or diesel-powered cars in the market. But were you aware that flying cars are now being discussed? They also run on electricity as well. Now, I guess I'm a little bit skeptical since I'm pretty sure that EVs in and of itself, they are not perfect yet, let alone a car that will say, fly around the skies. I mean, what happens if the battery just fails or dies, meanwhile you're way up in the air? Probably not a good thing. Would you ever want to drive one of these things? All right, guys, there's no time to waste. Let's get right into the updates. Also, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description down below this video. Now, taking charge of your finances during this time is unbelievably crucial if we have to forge our way to financial freedom. However, people tend to forget one crucial step to go from financially capable to financially free. Now, there is a great write-up from Grace Carey that I think that you guys should read, but if you don't have the time, I'm just going to give you guys a quick run through. So think of your income minus your expenses, right? Now, it sounds so simple, but sometimes we kind of go off the handle with our expenses thinking that we have more money than we actually have. And this is a huge mistake because to become rich, you need to be aware of where your money is going. Now, you should also understand your cash flow and realize which expenses don't make any sense at all. Now, it could be something as simple as a subscription to a streaming service or something like a gym membership, and you don't even be going to the gym. Those things you could easily cut out and save some money. Now, I know that this sounds like an oversimplification, but if you're in your path to financial freedom, watch until the end of this video because I got a lot of other things to uncover with you guys today. And since I already talked about going to the gym, I also saw this interesting article from Doug Casey where he's talking about how Americans have problems with their weight, given that, 1 in 3 Americans are either overweight or obese. It also doesn't help that the health crisis locked down gyms and kept us all at home. Now, while I know that there's a lot of people who continue to devote their time to health, maybe even started like fitness YouTube channels and whatnot, we have to admit that it was so bad for some of us that didn't even go on walks. It made our health even worse, not better. Now, he also discussed Big Pharma and how they make money, a lot of money off of our conditions. And whether you believe him or not, it's still a good idea to keep our fitness at a high level. It may be something that we'll need to do more as we're hearing of even more warnings of yet another health crisis. I mean, I've talked about it before, but the message from the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization, they're pretty much the same. Prepare for another pandemic. Isn't it funny how both groups have the word world in them, but no one from the world voted them in? So what does another health crisis entail? More lockdowns, of course. So here's what former Health Secretary of the UK, Matt Hancock, had to say about it. Quote, "It's central to what we must learn as a country that we've got to be ready to hit a pandemic hard. We've got to be able to take action, lockdown action if necessary, that is wider, earlier, more stringent than feels comfortable at the time." End quote. Okay, well then, why is he saying sorry for everyone that died during the lockdowns? Check this out.
"I am profoundly sorry for the impact that had. I'm profoundly sorry for each death that has occurred. And I also understand why for some it will be hard to take that apology from me. I understand that. I get it. But it is honest and heartfelt."
Sadly, words won't bring people back to life. But you gotta wonder, why is he apologizing now? Is it because he feels bad, he feels guilty, or is it because the leaked WhatsApp messages that proves that they knew that the lockdowns were gonna do more harm than good? What is it about WhatsApp and it revealing so many things about government leaders, huh? Now, in this write-up, it says this, quote, "WhatsApp conversations contained in the Telegraph's lockdown files show that those running the country privately acknowledged the terrible price of lockdowns and twice reimposed the national shutdowns. Even as they discussed the damage that they were causing jeopardizing the physical and mental health, children's prospects, and mental health, end quote. They were literally talking about how this was really bad for the people. But did they stop it? No, not at all. They even talked about a case where a 17-year-old girl who had part of her skull removed in January 2020, or right before the lockdowns, needed surgery to reconstruct her skull after developing life-threatening complications. The case got national attention, so of course these people noticed it. Now I'm gonna give you guys a summary of what Hancock had said, but to put it bluntly, he wanted the issue to be answered in a politically astute way, especially since his goal is to help this girl, but that unfortunately casework and national policy have intersected. He even said that elective surgery by definition is not urgent. Not urgent. I mean, I don't have as much words for these WhatsApp messages, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The messages made me tear up just a little bit. Not because I was touched, but because I was outraged, almost pissed. It felt like human life meant nothing in their messages. Now, what's infuriating is that they won't allow surgeries, but officials can hold parties and all that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I urge you to read through all of those messages because it is surreal to see the curtains pull back on this one. Now, I don't want to end things on such a tragic note, so let's talk about electric cars and how the first flying one just got flight certified. So Aleph Aeronautics is thinking like Dr. Emmett Brown with their flying car called Model A. So they just received their certification from the FAA, but I can't for the life of me find one single video where we can actually see an actual real life test on one of these things. Now, pre-sales for the car began last October and is priced at $300,000. Any of you guys planning on running out and grabbing one? Now, you can line up for the regular queue with $150 or be put at a priority list for $1,500. Now, the question is, are you guys interested in getting a car like this? What would that mean for the normal commute? Or how about bridges and electric cables that dangle in the air? And the idea that you could run out of power while you're up in the air? Man, I would not want to experience that. But again, you guys are open to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Getting a car at that price would be a nightmare if you ask me, especially if you can't pay cash for it. Can you imagine what a $300,000 car payment looks like? I'd rather look at how I can make my $300,000 work for me rather than spending on a car that's going to be a depreciating asset just as soon as I take it off the dealership. Like, wouldn't it be better to focus on investments and drive a straight path toward financial freedom? I know that many of you guys are also looking to get your finances in order. Some are looking to improve their cash flow. Meanwhile, others are deciding on where to invest their money. I get it. You can start by investing in yourself, investing in knowledge, something that we've talked about many times on this channel. I mean, we can talk about creating multiple streams of income through side hustles, creating small businesses, home-based businesses. We can also share ideas on investments, be it in gold, silver, real estate, the stock market, index funds, ETFs. Just hit me up in the comment section down below. Let me know if you guys want me to cover more of these topics in future videos. Now, before I go, guys, please don't forget to drop a huge thumbs up for the video. Also, share this video with everyone you know. Subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. Appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.